What words are standing out to you in this slide? Oh, maybe I was wrong. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay. What will they think of me? Why can't I get out of my own way? Will they believe in me? What do we think now? Me and I. You guys, look, anytime that you say I or me, whether it's out loud or in your head, it is not you talking. It's your ego. And I didn't make this up, but I always say it when I'm at home. My ego is not my amigo. And I always say that. Anytime that I get insecure, anytime that I let what somebody else says about me get in my way, I'm just like, no, it's not I or me. It's about everybody else. And it's about what I can do to help others. Okay, so what does this mean? What does investing time in people mean to me? It means investing my time in finding quality people. Who here has found that everybody that you have in your challenge groups or on your team has not followed through with everything they said they were going to do? Yeah, it happens. Happens a lot. And so guess what? You have to spend most of your time looking for those people who want to do this. They are out there. And you have to be super patient and super persistent because you have to weed through a lot of haystacks and to find that needle. It's literally like a needle in a haystack, you guys. That's how I've always thought of it. It's like I need to continue searching till I find that needle because it doesn't take thousands of people to make an incredible team. It just takes a couple of people who really want this, and they are out there. Being here should be proof to you that that stage last night with all those people walking on it, like, come on, there's people out there who really want to do this. So, I got a story. My first summit, I came and I was a one-star diamond coach, 2012, a long time ago. And I had just gone full-time, and I was on top of the world, and I was just like, thinking everybody who was there was going to do this with me forever, and we were going to be family, and I can't wait. We're all going to die together and be old together, and it's going to be amazing. Yeah, no, it's not really how it went. Not one of those people are here today. Not one of the people who were on my team, one-star diamond, full-time, not one of those people are still here. But why am I still here? You know why? Because I didn't let other people's decisions and what they want to do with their life impact what I want to do with mine. And I learned that I couldn't invest all my time into people who didn't want this. It's not about being salesy, it's about inviting people. And what I realized is that I needed to spend all of my time looking for people who wanted to do this, and they were out there, and I was going to keep looking until I found people who were like me. I got this question for you guys. When you look at your team right now, do you really feel that the people who are on your team right now are the ones who are going to take you to the top? Who are going to run with you to the top? Who are going to stick it out through thick and thin? Who no matter what shiny objects are dangled in their face are going to be here? Who are behind the mission of Beachbody? They are here because they want to be here, not because you're their coach. Because if the answer is no, then you've got a lot of work to do. But don't worry. We got a lot of people we can help. And with the expansion into the UK, there's so many people over there who really want to bleed Beachbody blue. And we have an incredible opportunity for them. So, what else is holding you back besides yourself? Some people are laughing. They're like, oh, I know this one. Okay. So besides yourself and your own ego, you know how many other egos are in this world? Billions of them. And you know what? A lot of them are on social media. And they're going to use their past experiences and their limiting beliefs to bring you down. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this next one. I was a brand new coach. I had always walked through life with this kind of a false self-confidence. I just wanted everybody to think I was strong and everybody to think that I was, good to go, because I was really hurting on the inside and I was really insecure and I was really sensitive, and I still really am. And so I kind of walked through life with this self-confidence, this fake self-confidence, so that nobody would hurt me. And when I finally found real self-confidence with Beachbody through fitness and through friends and through health and empowerment, I wanted everybody to feel as amazing as I felt. I wanted everybody to know that this existed. And so I went to the one place where I knew I could talk to the most people, and that was Facebook. And I started posting and sharing my progress, and look at me and how awesome, and it wasn't received very well. Nope. I got messages, I've gotten paragraphs from people telling me what they think about me, what they thought about me back then when I was a brand new coach. Still get them to this day. They just have a lot more stuff to talk about now. But back then, it was mostly just attacking what I was posting on my social media. And it hurt. And you guys, fear, ego, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, it all came pouring back to me. And it stopped me. It stopped me dead in my tracks. And it made me question what I was doing. Why am I posting all these pictures of myself? That is kind of narcissistic. Maybe I do have a huge ego. But then I realized, after talking to my peers, that this wasn't true. And that this simply was their own self-judgment onto me. I realized that successful people, they lift each other up, right? Successful people lift each other up. Insecure people drag confident people down. And that's what was happening. And I decided right then and there that I get to decide who I am, and I get to decide what I stand for, and I know what we have to offer here as Beachbody coaches, and I have a freaking mission, and nobody's going to get in my way. Nobody that quits, nobody that has an opinion of me, and I decided right then and there that they can keep their opinions to themselves because I'm good. I got my own opinion. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you guys, you need to do this at home when you're alone. You need to pump yourself. I listen to Taylor Swift all the time. It's like, yes. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you know that. So that's just one situation, one thing. What about all the other hundreds of things that get in our way, right? Life things, right? Like serious stuff that happens in our life, curveballs, tragedies, stuff happens. And it's going to cause you to lose sight of what you want in your life. And you know what? A lot of this is false evidence appearing real. A lot of it is fear. I just had a tragedy. I can't be happy. I can't post about happiness when there's bad things going on in my life, because what will people think of me? Right? It's that ego again. It's just always going to be there. So one thing that I realized early on, I want you guys to adopt this, and it's not mine, but it's something that I live by, is that what other people think about you is none of your business. Think about me is none of my business, but think about you is none of your business. So if somebody decides they want to come onto your page and they want to tell you next time you're at a family gathering, God, family's awesome sometimes, what they think about you, just be like, stand up for yourself. Thank you, no thank you, I don't receive that. Keep moving along. And you have to be smart enough to know when these people are wasting your time. How many of you guys have wasted time on social media arguing, trying to convince people, watching videos of people who are self-justifying their own choices with their lives, instead of focusing on your choices and what you want to do? You got to pull yourself away from that negativity. And you got to focus on the things that you are doing, because there is no better proof as to what you're doing than your success. And you have to stay focused on that, because you guys, like I said, It takes a lot of time finding people who want to do this. So I'm going to kind of put the mirror on you for a second. How many of you have judged somebody before? We all judge. It's normal. It's like a human thing, right? It's fine. But it's not fine when you're going through your friends list and you're deciding they're too pretty, they're too rich already, their kids look really happy, they don't need me. Whatever. The weirdest things will come into our head so that we don't have to get out of our own comfort zones, right? But you're deciding their future. You're making a decision for them that they don't want to do this. And you know what? That's incredibly selfish. Are you seeing how a lot of this is perspective? And how it's a lot of the perspective of how you're looking at people? So the 3-foot rule. This is something that I live by and something that I want you to adopt today. And I want you to start exercising today because you're in a safe environment with thousands of other people who want to be successful too. And if you're talking to people that don't want to be successful, get friends that do. And practice this. Talk to anybody who comes within 3 feet of you. So let's say you're standing at a stoplight and somebody's standing next to you and they fall. What's your first gut reaction? That sucks for them. Oh, I hope not. You're in the wrong business if that's your gut reaction. Your gut reaction before you think is to grab them, right? You lift them up. I want those people that will throw you up. You'll fly back. Because I'm just get up, it's my gut reaction is to help somebody. From the core, from my gut. It only changes when I stop and think about it. Oh, I don't feel like it's going to mess up my hair. No. And the things that can go through our head when we are behind a computer screen will stop us from helping people. I really feel like this is a lost art. And it's something that I did in my first couple years of the business. And it's something that I did every single day while I grew my social media because I did not have a social media following when I became a new coach. And my brand and my following and my tribe did not really pick up till I was already a top 10 coach and a 2-year elite coach. So why is that? Because I never ruled anybody out and I talked to everybody. Everybody. You could not go on a date with me without me talking to somebody, right? My poor husband, we had to, I was forming the waiters and getting their emails. That's just how I operated. Because I wanted everybody to know about this amazing solution. And I saw the potential in other people. And I also saw how the connections physically in my day-to-day life would help me to see that the people behind the computer screens, they're not bots. They're humans. And they need our help. And people are hurting and they're suffering. And they're not going to share their dirty laundry all over social media. Well, some people won't, but some people will, but a lot of people won't. And you have to understand that a lot of people are just going to hide, and they need you to pull them out of their comfort zone. Okay, so like I said, this is one of the rules that I have lived by since day one. This is why I still believe I'm here, and nobody that was on my team in 2012 are. Because from day one, I believed that my only job as a coach is to pay it forward. I truly believe that my only job is to invite. Every single thing that happens after that, that's up to the universe. My job is the middleman, to connect Beachbody to the person. Whatever happens beyond that is their choice. Doesn't that take a lot of pressure off? Can't you see how, just by thinking that way from day one, how I never had the pressure that I needed to save somebody or change their lives or, I want people to change their own lives. I want to empower people to do it for themselves, not for me. I want you to have your why. Who cares that I'm here? Do it because you want to do it for you, because you want to be part of the mission. That's my only job. Did you know my coach invited me 10 times before I said yes? Probably more. I'm just rounding it down, probably. She was so annoying. She would comment on everything, these giant paragraphs. It was just so, she just would not stop. Until finally I was just fine. I want to try Shakeology anyway, fine. I get 25% off, fine. And I did it, reluctantly. But then I fell in love, and I started to connect the dots, and I started to see how what I was doing was something that I would have done anyway, but now I just got to make it like a job instead of being a waitress. It's amazing. This is real? This is a real job? Sign me up. I did it, and I loved it. And that's the only thing she ever had to do for me. Do you understand that her only job was to invite me? And everything after that, that was up to me. So thank you so much for signing me up, but I got this. You know? And when you take personal responsibility for that, then the world is your oyster, then you can go and do whatever you want. But if you're depending on somebody else to help you be successful or to make you successful, it's just never going to happen. So let's talk about a few things that you can kind of start to do when you get home, like the 3-foot rule, don't rule anybody out rule, you know, the icebreakers, when you start to actually apply the things, because that's what you got to do when you get home. You can't just learn and then go about your ways. You have to apply. This isn't stranger danger. These people are not going to hurt you. The worst thing somebody can say is no. It's not the end of the world. And there's so many opportunities in which you can talk to people. All of these places that you can meet people. I literally walked up to a chick the other day on the beach. I'm like, hold on, babe, I'll be right back. Where'd you get your bikini? Like, I just, like, don't care. I just want to, like, talk to people. And I walked up to her, I talked to her. She didn't speak English. It was a total fail, but I tried. And I was just like, thanks, okay, bye, you know. But these are situations that you can talk to people, that you can start to really decide who your target market is. So I know a lot of times coaches think, like, social media, brand, target market, it seems so ambiguous. Really, it's who you would talk to in your day-to-day life. So if you're not talking to people, then that's probably why it's so confusing. Because you'd have more of a physical way to teach yourself. These are skills that you're teaching yourself. You have to teach yourself these skills. And so by me going out as a new coach and talking to everybody and anybody, I started to realize who it was I was talking to in my social media. And it became a lot more concrete to me. It wasn't just like create your virtual person. It was like I actually know what these people are and what they want to hear. And when I run into somebody at the grocery store and I ask them how they make that broccoli, and then I say, hey, here's my phone. Let's be friends on Facebook. Let's stay connected. I love broccoli too. You know, whatever. I've never had somebody, you guys, when I hand my phone to somebody and I say, put in your name, let's be friends on Facebook, I have never had somebody say, no. That's never happened, ever. Do it. Because then once they're on your social media, that's when you're supposed to start talking to them about Beachbody. Not in that initial connection. Who here knows what you are besides a coach? Yell it out. Okay. Somebody probably said it. You're a network marketer. I'm going to highlight the word marketer. Okay? Because you market. What do you think you're doing on social media besides sharing your story? You're marketing to people. You are helping them see, stop the scroll, and click on you. And if you're not standing out and if you're not sharing something that is relevant to your people, they're not going to care. So if your target market is a mom who, you know, is dropping off kids at school and is super busy, and you're talking about, I don't know, stuff that doesn't matter, they're not going to know. They're not going to know what you're talking about. They're not going to relate to you. So just remember that all the people that you're making connections with in your day-to-day life translate to your social media. So I wanted to read this poem to you because I love it so much. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. So you're at a road right now. You're at a fork. You get to decide when you leave Summit, will you go all in and play full out? And will you decide your destiny? Or will you let somebody else decide your destiny? Will you let fear and ego call the shots? You have a choice. Summit is where dreams come true because people make decisions that when they go home, they're going to do the work and that they're going to reach for the stars. And so this is your turning point. This is when you get to decide how the rest of your life is going to go, how the rest of the year is going to go. And I'll tell you what, you guys, When you choose the road less traveled, it does make all the difference. Thank you.